let's adjust. I would adjust. But knowing that, yes, so we're working hand in hand to ensure that it's going to get better. I dislike the idea of being cheated. I dislike the idea of feeling like, you're trying to outsmart me or something, because it makes no sense. As a government, you say, okay, there are issues. We have economic crisis. We have all of these things.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody sit up, everybody tighten on you. And we are adjusting. And we're not seeing that same
effort
being made on the side of the government.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just been one on, in my opinion, one unnecessary purchase to another. That makes no sense. Your house is burning. Like, literally, you can see that the roof is burning.
Yeah.
You're saying that, oh, the TV stand is not well placed. Let me adjust the TV stand. Oh, you know what? Let's replace this TV stand. Yeah. The house is burning. So I don't know where else, to express my frustration. It is really tiring. But let me hear your thoughts, Boma, then I'll come to you, Miriam.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to, when the NSAS protest happened and DJ Switch was live streaming, Tiwa was on that call, and she was trying to tell other artists to reach out to people outside the country just so that they have an idea of what is happening. And she was very quiet for a while. She was almost crying, and she said that the thing about Nigerians, some Nigerians, we like to exclude ourselves from public outcry because we feel like we will escape it, And she was saying that one day when you're out on the road and you get in an accident and the ambulance doesn't come to you on time, then you realize that you are in this country and one way or another it will catch up with you. I don't think it's the same for people in politics. They have ways to bypass the problem. So it's really ineffective to expect them to feel things, right? I think what we expect of them should be empathy, basic human empathy, to say that my people are suffering. So even if I'll buy cars, I'll buy it through the backyard so that they won't be aware. But to expect them to understand what it means to be the common Nigerian, that is very, very far-fetched. It's probably not going to happen. That's number one. And two, I just want to quickly touch on, because I know that we said some areas in the country, some regions are saying I'm not involved in this, and I can even understand if, the Southeast is saying I'm not quite involved in this just because they face some of the worst civil war history in the country, and it's not something that you expect them to, or their generations to just,
jump on
and say, let's go and die again. They've died, before, so it's not I don't expect them to. But I just want to say that if you feel that in this country, with this house that is burning, like the analogy that you used, that somehow you'll escape it, you will not escape it. When this house is done burning, all of us, plus East, plus South, we will all feel it. So if there's any part of the country that is trying to deceive you, any organization, any religion, any pastor, you're going to face it. It's going to come to you. If it doesn't come to you, it's going to come to somebody very close to you. So the best thing that you can do is get involved, get on the street. And if you die, it's such a better way to go than the current state of living in this country.
Because whether we're liking or not, the fire is
coming.
It's burning already.
It will burn everything in its way, to get out. So I just wanted to put
Miriam,
that out.
let me come to you.
I'm never at a loss for words, but I think I'm all talked out because I more than I think all of us especially, because on a day-to-day, this is I live, eat, breathe, what these politicians say, do, and how they act. And I'm almost saying God bless Buhari, because, you'd think that you were in hell, but now you're in a fiery furnace with the fire heated 110 times higher than what it was. And that post we saw today from frying pan to fire. It's not funny that we're having to deal with 10 times what we suffered under Buhari's administration. And what pains me the most about the Tinubu administration is the fact that they keep playing in our faces and saying, oh, we're barely a year old. I heard the interior minister say it. And Olubunmi Ojo, I really respect you and I appreciate that you're one person in that government who's tried to, wear the hat of a man who's doing his job. But then I also know that it is your place to, try to dodge the bullet on behalf of your boss, but you do not play in the faces of Nigerians by telling us that you're barely a year old and there's no magic wand. Well, but it's APC who handed up over to APC, and I know that your principal played a huge role in the last administration. You can't tell us that you did not know what the problems were, but you were campaigning to run for this office. Did you not have a plan? Well, I think I know what your plan is, or I'm beginning to understand what your plan is, because it looks like This government has just been coming to do jaye with our money, the money that we don't have. The amount of monies that have been budgeted, earmarked for stuff in the space of 1 year is money that Buhari spent in 4 years.
True.
Where are we going? Are we digging ourselves into a deeper hole, or are we trying to finish Nigeria? There is no excuse. To Wike, to all of those people who are saying that this is political, is bad governance not politics? Does it not have something to do with politics? When you say that, oh, this protest is political, yes. Bad governance is bad politics. If you're not leading the people right, yes, the people will come out and shout and scream. It is politics. It's about politics, whether we like it or not. It might not be some politician that is telling us to come out into the streets, but we're hungry. The politics in our pockets are dry. Our pots are empty. Our children, we cannot pay their fees anymore. And you know how kids eat, Uwa? Every 5 minutes they want to eat something. How do you tell your kids that they cannot have biscuits?
You know, so I just want to state it that based on the trajectory of Buhari's 8 years in power, I didn't think any government that was coming after him was going to find it easy.
Absolutely.
I knew exactly that we were going to face a lot of hardship as a people. But what is really troubling for me is the fact that we know that we are in a crisis, as I said earlier, but our priorities are so misplaced. That is what is worrisome for me, because it means that for as long as our priorities are misplaced, there might never be an end in sight to the challenges that we're facing. But let me come to you, Mercy.
Yeah.
Let me hear your thoughts on this.
I mean, first of all,
agitation.
I really must applaud, the angle which you actually brought this, because it's entirely, from a humanist angle. And that speaks to the fact that our leaders actually empathy, 1,000 hours, some of them nothing, salt, a cup of rice. If you collect a cup of rice, don't you need ingredients to cook the rice? So for every time we say, we blame our leaders, our leaders don't care. It's just that we don't care. We see how we shortchange ourselves.
Yep.
We see, right now I'm actually at that point where I am delisting people from my contacts. Whether you're a politician, no, I am taking it very personal, because if we get to a point where I see people talk about this protest, so I've seen a lot of persons who were in the same caliber, and some of them have been opportune to be appointed, they have appointed position, some of them have been appointed, whether at the state and the federal level, and I hear them say, oh, there's nothing wrong with the country, don't protest, take your protest. I've heard all sorts of things, and I feel that you are a betrayer. I can't have you in my space. It is personal. Evil will continue to thrive when good people keep quiet.
Yes.
We have to get to a point in this country where we're about collective interest. It doesn't matter, because right now it's because you are a minister and it favors you. You are enjoying, you are a senator. It doesn't concern you and your family. So every other person in Nigeria can go to hell. We can all die. You don't care. And it is so saddening to see, the fact that the different narrative. How do you beat a child and tell the child not to cry?
I wonder.
It is like a gaslight. When you want to talk about narcissists, the Nigerian government and her elites are narcissists. You guys are gaslighting the Nigerian population. You are making us look like we are crazy every other minute. And that's what we hear. Because you hear somebody say, oh, it is a political stuff. Somebody is sponsoring it. It is Peter Obi. Oh, and then you have a set of people who are saying, don't protest.
No longer Peter Obi. The vice president says
joking?
that it's the people in diaspora, it's Nigerians in diaspora that are fueling it. Okay. And he doesn't stop there. He calls them idiots and bandits. A vice president. And these are people who are suffering under your lack of guidance. Because I remember during the what they call them, the lawyers, when they had their annual general meeting where they invited all the politicians, people who were running for presidency at the time, you, sir, Mr. Vice President, told us that you will be in charge of our security apparatus in this country. You will fix your eyes on it and make sure that we deal with insecurity. How market, sir?
I swear. Let's take a break. When we come back from that break, I want to open your our phone lines to hear your thoughts. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's summer and time to hear what the teenagers are saying. Ways Teens Takeover 2024 promises to be an amazing week as our teenagers take over the show to discuss all national and social concerns as it affects them. Join your faves from last season: Alpha, Yasmin, Adora, Salma, Morolake, Ezinne, Ite, and watch out for the new additions to the team: Barisudo, Letam, Oluwa Jeriarare, and Oluwa Tominini. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us across all our social media platforms, and most importantly, tell every teenager you know to be a part of a special summer edition. Starting from the 12th of August through to the 16th of August 2024, these amazing teenagers will be on your TV screens. Ways Teens Takeover, where the voices of our teenagers count.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned in, we're having a conversation around the current agitations in Nigeria. Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-8038-4663. Our phone line is also now open. The number to call is 07025007749. Please, when you do call, turn down the volume of whatever device it is you're watching us from. Okay, so ladies, let's move on to Lamentation chapter 2. And verse 2. And I loved the question, Marianne, you asked Yemi Adamoleko when we were talking about, because I've always said this, that it's so painful. And, Mercy touched briefly on it when she was talking earlier. We don't think collective as a people. I've never seen a people that, see, until we're able, you remember the Tower of Babel?
Yeah.
The only way it could be stopped was when they had different languages. Yeah. When they all spoke one language, it was impossible for even God himself to stop them. And that is the only thing that I see. And that's why I never will support a protest in Nigeria. Not because I do not believe in the potency of the protest, but because I understand the peculiarity of Nigerians, right? Yeah. Both of us will have a conversation. We're done. You go behind, or me, I go behind. Just go settle the matter. Give me my own. No worry, I'm not going to show up. That's exactly what we do. We sabotage ourselves. There's a lot of self-sabotage going on within us as a people. Yeah. So for as long as the politicians know that there is a weapon, which is disunity, that they can continue to use, it is going to be impossible for us to solve this problem. And when we as Nigerians cannot even look ourselves in the face and say, you know what, I don't have to be hungry for me to understand that somebody else needs to eat. Do you understand? Yeah. We always think of ourselves. As long as my belly full is okay, I'm fine, my family is fine. That's all we think about. Yeah. And, so that's why I say that it is going to be very difficult for us to change the status quo in this country. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't even know if we are to say, okay, yes, agitations are there. Yeah. How do we even rise above our from our nose, rise above our personal greed and start to look? Let's think nation building. Let's think. I don't know. I don't see that happening.
I do. I'm usually very pessimistic about Nigerian politics, but when it comes to protests in Nigeria, I'm very optimistic. And I say that because I was part of the protest in 2020 for NSAS, when we were on the streets here in Lagos, and some of our friends and people that we loved were in protest in Port Harcourt, we weren't asking each other, where are you from? What God do you worship? That wasn't our business. When we were out there, we were out there. We were ready to die, actually. We knew that things will get very nasty very fast. That was a possibility. So even some people were complaining that, we're playing music, we're dancing. All of it was part of the protest. So I'm not afraid that politicians will divide us on the streets when we actually go out there. All of this talk from politicians, from religious groups, they're not primarily the target audience for the protests. So it's okay if they stay in their houses and, release news out into the media. They don't matter. When the protest starts, it will start. I don't have any fear about that. Will it be effective? Maybe not immediately. We've had 4 protests in the history of this country. Ali Must Go, Occupy Nigeria, there was NSAS. I think I'm missing out one of them. But they never really did. And the one we did for SAP, structural adjustment programs, they didn't really cause a lot of change. But to be fair, we're not the first country to have protests that didn't immediately cause change. If you've lived your entire life waking up at 6 a.m., you're not going to suddenly just wake up at 4, because for 13 years you've woken up at 6. That's what you're used to. It's going to get a bit of years. It's going to take a while, but it's a good start for us.
Okay, let me take, I think, Pastor Ladipo, I believe. Thank you for calling.
Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Okay, you see, this, I see something. If you look at from 2015, this particular party in power, they have successfully pulled down some things. One of those things, do you know that was time we
Oh, we can't hear you. Your line keeps going in and out. If you can go closer to your phone mouthpiece.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. There was a time we referenced debates in this country. It was this same government in power. During the time of Buhari, they said it is not necessary. And that thing was destroyed. Now we come to this time around. These guys were the same guys that used, see, their strength was on protest. Now, they have succeeded in gagging and carrying a lot of people to their side. It's a pity. I love what the wonderful lady said there, that it is time to take it personal with some people. For the fact that you are enjoying doesn't mean it's everybody that is enjoying. It's painful.
Thank you.
Very painful with what we experience now. Marianne, I greet you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I mean, speaking to what we said earlier, we saw a picture. I don't know if they can pull up that picture. You are saying say no to protest, and you're using protest as a tool to tell people to say no to protest. Like,
oh my God!
When I see this,
I'm so embarrassed.
There's Bielsa.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but you see, but these people, you see, the truth is, these people are not representatives of Bielsa people. These are just a handful of people.
They've taken
who have a diverse opinion.
1.5.
And you're not collect.
They don't collect big money. They are not.
If you want to compromise for good.
Even if they gave them 100K each.
Well, I'm not even saying they should give them 100K. I'm saying that even if you want to compromise,
no matter how much they were being paid, it still doesn't make you look good.
I understand. Yeah. I mean, that's one dimension to it. And I'm also saying that if you want to compromise
for the right reasons.
And let's feel that you compromise.
Yeah.
Because it's...
No, but
I'm sorry.
No, so wait, what will compromise mean to you right now?
Yeah, because I'm trying to
understand. Because let me understand. Because even if you get... Listen, even if you get me...
I hope you get where I'm coming from.
I get
even
it so
if you gave me $1 billion today, with the way this economy is going, that billion can easily become $1 million.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm saying,
as these people
that's what I'm saying.
Because you're not a right now person. You're not a I want what I want right now.
And that's why
because you're a futuristic person. You're thinking about other people other than yourself and what the future holds.
And that's the problem. About them, so honestly, let me even tell you on this table now how much I struggle. Honestly, I don't know if it's, it's a good thing to say, and I don't know how, I couldn't be bothered, so much how people perceive me, but I struggle with church. I struggle with church. I struggle right now with church. I spent all my life in church. And most of these people, we've seen how many churches are very quiet about this.
Gosh, let's not even go there.
Let's go there. Let's literally go there. And that's why I said,
religious people,
look,
it's not just about church.
But you will not even let me, you're not even let me land my thought. So just allow me to express myself about it.
Don't lose that thought. Let me take Loma there. I'll come back to you. Church, I need to hear that. Loma, you're live.
Good evening, my beautiful sister in the house.
Good evening.
Yeah. See, I listened to our sister here. There's something I want us to know. Do you think if people have not started saying we are going for protest, do you think the federal government led by our president, Tinubu, will start looking at ways to calm things down? If people have not said we are going to enter into protest. See, let me tell you, the government of today doesn't understand any other thing except protest. In as much as I don't support people to go violently, but protest in a very calm way and show the federal government that what they are doing is not good in a respectable way. Don't go spoiling things, don't go destroying things, but let me just tell this present administration. If people keep quiet, you will continue suffering us. You will continue making things difficult for the poor masses. So going on the street quietly will make you people to know Nigerian masses are no longer dormant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Loma.
Thank you so much. Go ahead.
So, I mean, we talk about, the church. The church ought to be, it's, a mini part of the society. It's part of the society. And then you find out the fact that if we want to look at Jesus, for those who actually believe the scriptures, and God said that wherever he went, he was doing good. And then you ask yourself, what exactly is in the good? Because if you see the people who are compromising, if you see the people who are shortchanging, if we literally say that we're Christians and we're Christ lovers, then there should be no evil amongst us. Do you understand what I mean?
I agree.
Then we'll be doers of the word. Then we will love. It's just a simple thing, right? And that's why I don't expect, I don't believe that those who are our leaders are the problem, because we throw up, a corrupt society will always throw up corrupt leaders. It is who we are. We're just what we are. And then there's the mosques everywhere, there's the church everywhere, if you look at all the tenets, including traditional medicine and all of those things, herbalist and Judaism, I'm sure that the tenets around it is about love.
Yeah.
You just made me
remember something. Somebody called out today on my show, said, I think it was on my show, another person said, this one that the president is calling everybody, calling the Christian leaders, traditional leaders. Are they not going to call the Babalawos?
Yeah. I was going to say that I think what Messi was trying to say is we're religious people, we're very religious, but we're not good people.
Good.
And it's not even church. Yeah. We're just we're performative.
We we're the bad.
And let me tell you that Messi is not
alone
alone on that boat. You know why I say so? I know many people that lost interest in church just from the events that happened in 2023. They lost it because, you would think that the principles in the Bible is very clear. I don't know about the Muslims. The principles in the Bible are very clear. You can't see another person in the church go hungry, sleep with hunger. You're supposed to ensure that everybody is taken care of, because we know that all fingers are not equal. At some point, I would have more. She might have more than me tomorrow. So they know that principle. So they make sure that they come together as a body.
And that was in Acts of the Apostles.
Do you understand?
That the people were breaking bread and coming together.
Making sure that they were
selling their properties and sharing amongst themselves. But that's not the case.
And you know what happened?
Now you go to church.
And Safira, the moment they decided to keep their own share, this greedy, like our politicians, they died on the spot.
So it's not only our politicians. That's the point I'm trying to make, Marianne.
I understand.
Because if given the opportunity today,
a lot of people replicate what is in government.
You understand what I'm saying?
We're all going there for national
How many of us?
I want to even say Pastor Tunde Bakari has been very quiet since this shit started. I saw something recently.
Israel. Okay. I think he's from Port Harcourt as well. Hi, Israel. Thank you for calling.
Yes, I'm from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. I am listening to your panel right now on this issue of protest. My concern is that this country, especially the politicians, they are taking us for granted. They are taking Nigerians for granted. And I'm very sorry, it's very pathetic, because the poor ones in this country, they feel that they can be bought with 1 naira or about 50 bag of 50 kg rice and whatever. So those things they feel is something to them. But this country is draining, is going beyond repair. Because we are keeping quiet and looking at this country. People are taking the poverty for granted. Look at a bag of rice, close to 100,000. How much a salary worker, how much is he paid that he will buy a bag of rice and buy other ingredients, pay school fees, and take care of his family, the elderly and the
Thank you so much, Israel.
Younger one.
I can imagine. I feel your pain. Yeah. So
I like that people are calling in to express.
Oh yes,
this,
because it is the reality.
It tells, yes, it
I
tells
told you, I
that
said
we're
this
ready.
week is lamentation week.
Yeah, it tells me that we're ready. I'm so excited.
What else are we supposed to be talking about?
If not ready?
No, but if you see the rhetoric that we're printing on our papers, on the tabloids today, and all of the headlines that are, on the press releases coming from government and certain organizations, it looks like, I think the most dastardly of them is when the progressive governors, the governors on the platform of the APC, bold-facedly came out to say that they don't know why Nigerians are protesting.
Those people don't
They're gaslighters.
And so I put it to them and I said, well, maybe you people who live in APC states, including Lagos, they are giving you something that some of us don't know.
How much?
Maybe your governors live in Mars.
That's why I say that there's always a disconnect between those who are ruling and the rule.
The rest of us.
And that's gross wickedness. I don't know how else you want to classify that. But when you read about narcissists or you read about gaslighting, this is a typical example. They're just, because you're making us look crazy.
We're in a toxic relationship with these politicians.
Because right now, Nigeria, we're feeling very crazy. Because when you turn to the newspaper...
Our topic tomorrow will be, how do we break up from the toxic relationship of Nigeria?
Because how do you wake up? You wake up and then someone is telling you that...
Paul from Benue State.
Exactly.
I don't understand.
So, and then you're thinking that you're crazy.
Let me take a caller. Paul, you're live. Hello? Good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, and I just want to say this, that for the past week we have been hearing don't protest, don't do this, and all of that, with no real reason. Nothing is being said about how the situation will improve. Just today, I bought a bag of rice for 90,000 naira.
Mm-hmm.
That's outrageous. So what we want to hear is how the situation will improve. Then if the people are aware of how the situation will improve in a shortest time, I believe nobody will go on protest.
Thank you
so
much.
But none of that has been said.
That's absolutely. Thank you so much, Paul. And that's what a lot of people have been clamoring, that the energy that the government they've been using, like across,
to say
we don't need to protest. Why are they not exerting that same energy
in
just addressing the issues?
Yeah.
Right. These issues. It's not like the issues you're blind to it. And trust me, they know. Don't say that they don't know. They know clearly what we're going through.
So it's wickedness.
Do you understand? They know. They're very much aware of the reality of things, right? So why are you not fixing the issues? Why do we have to say anything? Why do we have to be, So you're using so much energy to tell us, do not go on a protest. Yet, you're not solving the problem. Yeah. I think so tomorrow that conversation is, how do we divorce ourselves from toxic relationships?
How do we break up?
How do we break up with the toxic relationship of the Nigerian system?
Yeah.
So that we can know where we are.
I just want to quickly bring something to bear, because when we have these conversations, when we talk about bad governance, we're very quick to point to the federal government. I'm not in any way trying to, take them out of the conversation. I'm only saying that we also forget that we have state governors that are non-performing.
Yeah.
We have local government chairmen who we never see. They don't do anything. In fact, the moment they become local government chairmen, they have bodyguards. You can't even see them. Same thing for ordinary councillors. Same thing for a house of... How many of you know your House of Assembly members?
There's nobody in government, Marianne.
Let me take
Melvin from Port Harcourt. You're live. Go ahead, please.
All right. Good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Yeah. But for me, I want government, I think they are not feeling what we are feeling. For the past 1 year, they've taken us back 50 years. And I heard there's one day that said, if you cannot make my life better, take me back to where you took me from. So that is to say that they should reverse us to where even Buhari left us, where dollar was 400 and something. I think you can still manage it there. Where pound was probably 500. Now things are very bad. Things are very, very bad. And that is why they know that if people go out to protest, it's going to be something else. This APC government has told Nigeria, and Tinubu told us there's something he said that our spending, our power, purchasing power will be reduced, and he has fulfilled it. That's all just what I want to say.
Thank you so much. So quickly, 1 second.
Wait now.
1 second, quickly.
Wait. You know that this adage, Marianne will understand it, and I will say it. Okay,
Yes. So
it means that
now for sleep, they take no die.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, let's take
now,
comments
in other words, those who are saying give us 4 years, we already see how we are going. We know how we are going to die. There is nothing else that's going to happen. You understand? Because you're saying no. We already
comment. So, good evening, ladies. On the current agitation in Nigeria, it's sad how Nigeria got to this. The president understands power and how to use it. What is scary is the level of gaslighting and propaganda compared to the Adolf Hitler era in Germany. Dangerous times for Nigeria. I dare say the military weren't this bad in gagging and suppressing the people. And local governments don't have anything to offer Nigerians, and they keep rubbing it in our faces daily. This is Nii from Omole, Lagos. Quickly.
On the current agitation in Nigeria, it's sad how Nigeria got to this. The president understands power and how to use it.
Well, that's the one.
That's the one you just read. Sorry.
Yeah.
This one says
the agitation alone.
Okay. This one says Nigerian political elites understand the power of divisiveness across ethnicity, religion, social classes, and political parties. Hopefully, we get to stand as a people and demand a better government. This is from The Alchemist.
Thank you so much, The Alchemist. Yeah, good evening. The current agitation in Nigeria, you are there begging people not to protest, yet you are increasing their problems. Look at the recent sudden appearance of fuel queues just surfaced all of a sudden. Nigeria has never had a peaceful protest because people die in the process. Yeah. If people die during the protest, then who will protest? Bayelsa State people are confused human beings. They are saying no to protest, and they are
so village people.
Sorry, love.
And they are busy protesting. My name is Daniel Ilowe, regular fan. Thank you so much. They said, please tell this pretty dark lady that we don't want her to die.
I'm not gonna.
They say you cannot die.
I
please.
will not die.
All right, thank you so much, ladies. Lamentation continues tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow.